and welcome to project 5 of my 12 outfits of Christmas. Today's project I hope will be a little easier and less complicated than my last project. Today we have a blouse. Now this is a vintage pattern. It's Butterick 7886 and I am going to be making this little sleeveless blouse. And you know how my last project was the pants and it was checked fabric, this fabric in fact, and I said never again am I doing checks so that I'd never have to do pattern matching, because pattern matching, it's a thing. Yeah, guess what fabric I chose for this? It's a check, but it is a very small check, so I am hoping I can get away with it not being perfectly matched up. And it's also a much simpler pattern in that it's just a back and two fronts sort of thing, because I'm not doing sleeves. So hopefully I won't fry my brain too much this time around. So let's open this up. This came from the op shop, so I don't know if all the pieces are in there. I don't think I've actually got all the pieces, but I have 2 extra mystery pieces. So I've got my back, my front facing, my collar, which is great. That's what I need for the shirt I'm trying to make. And then I do have my 2 sleeves, so my short and my long, and this little tab. But then these 2 are not listed on here. This C and E does not correspond to anything in this pattern. So somewhere along the line, I think that's gotten messed up. But I don't think it'll matter for me today because I just need these pieces. So if I look at view C, which is the sleeveless version that I'm doing, I only need pieces 1, 2, 3, and 4, all of which I have. So let's get to cutting that out. I would roll up and put away my fabric, but someone's using it as a bed. Okay, I've now cut out all my pieces and it's simple pattern. There's only 4 pieces. I have a front, back, facing pieces and a collar. So hopefully it won't take me too long to put it together. I just need to start with doing the darts. So there's 2 in the front pieces, so 4 darts all together, and 1 in the back, so 2 in the back piece. But yeah, let's start pinning and sewing some darts. My darts are in, my back piece and my front pieces. Now this is the point where I should press the darts, but I am going to quickly sew my shoulder seams first so that I have more to press at once. Things are nicely ironed. My shoulder seams are also attached and ironed flat. My next step is to prepare my facings, which involves turning down the shoulder by the seam allowance, which is 1.5 centimeters, and then also this edge by 0.5 centimeter. Facings are prepared. Now I just need to attach them. Now I've stitched my facings down the front edge and the bottom edge. It's time to flip these so that they are right sides out, and then more pressing to hold this all flat. It's quite hard to see with checks on checks on checks, but now with my facing piece, I just need to baste along here so that it stays in place while I attach the collar. Otherwise it might end up like this and my collar will not sit. So we are onto the collar piece, which gets folded like this, stitched down on each end, and then attached on one side, and the other side gets turned over and slip stitched. I'm up to attaching the collar. Now collars, I remember from school, you always feel like you're putting it on wrong because it feels like you should be doing it the other way. So I'm going to sew it to the inside, like one side of it will be sewn to the inside, and then the rest will be flipped around and slip stitched on the outside. And you always think, no, that's wrong, it must be on the inside with the slip stitching. But that's, the inside is actually the side that's seen because the collar flips out, which always did my head in when I did one at school. So you have to do it the wrong way round essentially, but it is actually the right way. A bit of slip stitching and top stitching later, and my collar is on and complete. It will sit out this way, so you'll only see this side of it when it's actually worn. And now I get to do up my side seams. Now to finish the armhole in the sleeveless version, they do say to cut some bias binding. I don't have any that matches these colors, and I can't be bothered to make my own. So I'm just going to try do a double roll on the armhole. I know it will be a bit tricky with such a small curve, but I'm going to give it a go. And then for the hem, they say blind hem plus add seam binding and then blind hem. I don't know how to blind hem on my machine. I think there's a foot that does it, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to again do a double roll across the bottom.
Alright, it is time to find buttons that relatively match this fabric, and for me that involves opening this box over here, pulling out all my little boxes and finding something that I have enough of. It's a bit of a process. I need to organize it, but that's a later problem.
And just like that, this quick and easy shirt is done. And it was actually quick and easy. I recommend this pattern. I know it's a vintage pattern and might be rather difficult to find, but It was great experience putting it together. The instructions were clear. For a quick and easy blouse, I love it. This is probably going to be worn a lot by me, and actually I think I might make it in a few different colors. I'm really glad I like it because the next project is this one again, but with long sleeves. So if you want to see the sleeve version, and if I struggle with that, then stick around and I will catch you in the next video.